Hello there my fellow gamers, this is the all-new Lenovo Legion Slim 514. And even amidst the amazing options we got in this form factor in 2023 so far, this will probably be the one most of you will end up buying. It may not be the fastest nor the most well-made one, but Lenovo put together a very balanced machine and probably most importantly priced it all relatively competitively, without any serious compromises along the way. So sit back my friends, grab a coffee and let me tell you everything about this little guy. The Slim 5 is a Legion notebook to the core and can be spotted as such from a mile away. It boasts the same unique elongated cooling assembly below the display, extending beyond the lid with the majority of its connectivity here. Our review sample comes in with Team Red's Ryzen 7 7840HS, Nvidia's RTX 4060 running at up to 100 watts, 16 gigs of soldered but super snappy LPDDR5X-6400 RAM and a 512 GB SSD. Your upgrade options when shopping for this puppy are limited to the Ryzen 9 7940HS, 32 gigs of RAM and a bigger SSD. A first for the series is the display, and well, the 14.5-inch 2.8K OLED refreshing at 120Hz makes me very happy. While its bigger brother, the Slim 7 we have in the studio right now as well, has the edge with its all-metal construction, chassis rigidity is still excellent. There's only minimal flexing on the plastic keyboard deck, but apart from that, the smallest Legion to date is a well-made notebook. The lid feels solid and the hinges keep the display in place with only minimal wobble. In terms of weight and chassis thickness, the Slim is pretty competitive compared to similar notebooks, but because of the bigger display and the extended rear, takes up a bit more space on your desk or in your bag. Connectivity has always been a strong suit of Lenovo's Legion series for quite some time now, and it carries over to the smaller form factor pretty well. The right side of the thin chassis is home to a full-size SD card reader with unfortunately only average transfer rates, the headphone jack and a webcam kill switch. On the left we get two USB-C 3.2 Gen 2s with the one towards the back supporting power delivery. Unfortunately there's no USB 4 here, which is definitely quite a missed opportunity. Everything else is tucked away nicely in the back, and here we got our HDMI 2.1, the power connector and two USB-A 3.2 Gen 2s. It's a pretty practical layout, even though having one of the USB-As more easily accessible on the side would have been pretty nice, but given the slim chassis, I would say that's an acceptable compromise. For your next game downloads, wireless transfers are a good average, and in typical gaming notebook fashion, the 1080p webcam, well, it's there. But why they would not simply include the 5MP shooters from their very own Yoga Pro lineup is simply beyond us. It is also not Windows Hello enabled, so you have to rely on the fingerprint reader integrated in the power button to log into your machine. In the maintenance department you can easily add a second drive, clean the fans and swap out the Wi-Fi card should that need arise in the future. Lenovo did pretty well so far with the keyboards in their Legion machines, and the Slim 5 is no exception. The switches offer a very generous amount of travel, great tactility and a pretty satisfying typing experience. The touchpad is doing its job without any problems as well, and even manages a much better feel than its counterparts in the Yoga Pros we just reviewed recently. Alright folks, let's talk display. And let's get the bad stuff out of the way before we are dealing with the good stuff. And guys, there's a lot to like here. But this being an OLED, brightness is just average with a little below 400 nits. In combination with the glossy panel, well, be careful with windows and when being outdoors. And since it's an OLED, we measured PWM at 240Hz. So if you are sensitive towards flickering displays, you might want to keep it in mind when eyeing this one. But pretty much everything else about this screen is simply bonkers. And yes, I have said it before, I'm a little partial towards OLEDs. But it's hard to deny the fact that it's simply the benchmark in image quality. Even objectively, color gamut coverage is excellent, and while the factory calibration on our unit was pretty off, with our manual calibration we have brought it down to a delta E below 1, which is right there in professional territory, making this a great choice for the on-the-go creator. Lenovo also includes the X-Rite Color Manager, giving you the option to limit colors to certain standards, which is a godsend for when you need to create video footage, for example, while being out and about. And with unmatched response times, around or below 1 milliseconds, well, this display feels incredibly fast even in the most competitive games out there. Alright folks, let's talk performance. The 7840HS performs quite well and without any throttling, and it's only a couple of percentage points behind the Ryzen 9 equivalent found in the ROG G14 or Blade 14 for example. So upgrading to that one really is not worth the additional cost. System performance is also up there, and the Legion is a very snappy system for a wide range of use cases even beyond gaming. During our time testing and benchmarking this one, we have not been able to observe any problems or unwanted wait times. Lenovo also added a very fast drive in its smallest Legion that can keep up its excellent transfer rates even during our torture tests without any throttling. In the GPU department, the Slim 5 maxes out with an RTX 4060, but it's running in the efficiency and performance sweet spot of around 100 watts in the Legion's turbo mode and at around 70 watts in the balanced profile. And despite the slim and relatively compact chassis, it delivers exactly what you would expect from Team Green's middle-of-the-road mobile GPU. And while the G14 might still be absolutely bonkers with its 4090 or even the Blade 14 being quite a bit faster with its 4070 option, the Slim 5 is significantly cheaper, while still offering enough GPU grunt in a mobile package. It is also a great little creator machine thanks to the amazing display and the 4060 with its 8 gigs of video memory. In addition to our Blender runs, I also edited parts of this video on the Legion, and it handled itself quite well. But this is of course a Legion, so let's talk about gaming right after a message from our sponsor. NVIDIA Studio program is here to help accelerate all of your content creation needs, with dedicated drivers being vigorously tested for compatibility and reliability in almost all applications being used in various fields throughout the professional industry. And of course, they're powerful silicon for a healthy dose of GPU acceleration. The new mobile RTX 4000 cards come with exclusive hardware features that you will not find anywhere else on the market. And notebooks with Team Green's dedicated GPUs come in all shapes and sizes. Are you looking for something super portable to enter the world of content creation? Or maybe you're a student and need something affordable or something you can lug around campus without breaking a sweat? RTX 4050 or 4060 equipped notebooks can easily handle your first steps in photo editing or graphics design, and can even get you started in CGI or video editing. With dedicated tensor cores for AI-accelerated features in Adobe's Creative Suite for example, or hardware encoders for your high-res video footage, even the entry-level chips will give you a solid performance boost. Craving something faster? Well, with the efficiency gains in the latest GPU generation, you can even find 4070s in super sleek chassis for some pretty insane do-it-all performance machines. Or dial it up to 11 with even 4090s being fit into 14-inch notebooks. Or are you the on-the-go pro looking for the ultimate mobile workstation? Well, both the RTX 4080 and especially the 4090 will provide desktop-level performance for almost anything you can think of, for filmmakers, video editors or CGI artists. If you want to learn more about NVIDIA Studio program and for a complete list of supported applications, please follow the links in the description below. And if you want to get shopping right away, our German retail partner Alternate got you covered, and you can find a list of available studio notebooks down there as well. And now let's get back to our review. As it has been with our synthetics, the Legion performs as it should with the RTX 4060. And we are not just talking about smaller notebooks here, but even the Legion Pro 5 with the same GPU isn't that far off, which is pretty impressive for such a compact gaming machine. We put together some benchmarks for you across a few very different games and in 1080p and QHD. And as always, while you enjoy the numbers, please consider liking our video and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. In terms of fan noise, the Legion performs acceptable. It is definitely not the quietest 14-incher out there, but I would consider it tolerable even in the slim's turbo mode. We recorded some noise samples for you so you can get an idea of what to expect. And if you want to dive deeper into the Lenovo's temperature and stress test behavior, please head over to our written review for all the nitty-gritty details about this fella. Battery life is also pretty alright, if not spectacular. It's on par with the G14 and quite a bit ahead of the Razer, while the ROG G14 we just tested is quite a bit ahead. But I would say 7.5 hours away from the wall for a sleek gaming machine is giving you some time to work with. Alright folks, it's about time to wrap this up. In my opinion, Lenovo did it again with their Legion Slim 514. They put together a well-made, subtle-looking performance machine with a solid chassis, extensive I/O options and great inputs. Performance is right where it's supposed to be, with no surprise one way or the other. And the 120Hz OLED is simply amazing if you can live with the typical drawbacks for that particular display tech. So yeah, there are faster 14-inch options out there, with fancier features, but they also cost a lot more than the Legion. So I think this is the one to beat if you are looking for a fast, reliable gaming creator hybrid that gets the job done. But please folks, sound off in the comments below and let us know what you think. This shall be it for today. As always, leave your like and sub if you enjoy what we are doing here. Thanks a ton for watching. My name is Alex, you have been absolutely amazing, and I cannot wait to see you all in the next one. Take care.